Now, First Alert 6 weather.
Hello, everyone. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord here. We have a lot to talk about heading into the weekend. Got some great weather. Plus, you probably heard there's some snow on the way. We need to show you how that's going to move through, where the heaviest snow will likely be, and what it's going to be like for the entire weekend, because there's some interesting trends heading into Saturday now especially. So let's discuss. Sunny and warm today. The warmest of the week will be on the way as we make a run at 70 degrees this afternoon. Some snow showers will try to impact parts of the area on Sunday. I think the afternoon hours is when the majority of that would move through. A pretty quick hitting system, not going to stick around very long, and we kind of catch the north edge of it. It actually increases in intensity and size as it moves to the east and covers more of the area with snow farther east of us. And then a pretty busy pattern next week could result in quite a bit of rain in the area, but not all day rain. Now you can see the satellite picture here. Let's bring this front and center. You can see off to the northeast here, this little batch of white on the ground that doesn't move. That's the leftover snow cover from the last round of snow last week. And we just have some high clouds that are drifting in from the north right now and giving us a day that's going to warm up pretty quickly. We're already up to 53 as of right now, and temperatures are going to continue to climb pretty steadily, even with a northwest wind. So you can see 40s where the snow cover's a little thicker, up to 53 in Omaha. That's 62 in Wahoo. I've been noticing that weather station's been reading a little warm, especially in the morning hours and everywhere else. So I don't know if I'd quite buy that one. I might need a little work on that one. Wind gusts up near 20 miles per hour. Some of those might get up near 30 later on today. So watch for that. You can see every once in a while this model hints at something up near 30. I'd say 25 is probably a safer, more consistent bet into the afternoon. Again, nothing detrimental, just a little annoying. And we get up to 69 degrees for the afternoon high and fall back to near freezing tonight, heading into Saturday. That let me tell you, the trends have gone. Let me show you this right here. Well, I got you. So came in this morning, models had gotten up into the lower 50s for highs on Saturday with sunshine, kind of a later arriving front. There's a model that came in that bumps us into the lower 60s now for Saturday. I don't know if that's a start of a trend or just an oddity, but something to watch for the afternoon hours. Saturday could be trending up as far as warmth goes if the front arrives a little bit later. So that is something to watch heading into Saturday. But of course, you probably want to know about Sunday and the First Alert 6 weather day with snow in the area. So it'll build in slowly during the morning hours, mostly an afternoon snow. Could be a little sleet mixed in. I think it's mostly snow, though. Best chances and most of the snow will be south of I-80. So it'll try to get as far north as I-80 in the Platte River. But this one's kind of flip-flop. The farther south you went with the last snow, you got very little to nothing. The farther north you go with this one, you're going to get little to nothing out of it. But less than 1 inch in the metro, looking likely, with a little more down to the south. So this is the forecast map I put together for the morning hours. First one we kind of put together here, an inch or less in the metro. We're going to get a lot more data in the next 24 hours, and hopefully helps us fine-tune this. But at 1 to 3 inches of accumulation south of the metro, south of I-80, and something we'll watch for. I wouldn't be surprised if we need to add maybe a heavier contour somewhere in here as we go over the next 24 hours. We'll see how trends are, but signs that it could be a really narrow, heavy pocket to our southeast, possibly, with this one in the afternoon on Sunday. But it just doesn't stick around very long to do a ton of damage with excess snowfall. You can see near 50 for the high on Saturday. Let me show you kind of how this looks as we march through Sunday, though. And with that snow shower activity kind of developing and filling in over us, you can see there's not a ton on the map by noon, but you can see snow showers filling in into the afternoon, a couple little pockets that get a little heavier, and you can see how this gets a little bit heavier right down through here. I think this is where there's potential to maybe bump up the numbers a little bit, and then it really fills into the east. So by 7 o'clock, most of it is out of here. Could end up being more snow showers while it's over us, and then it turns into a solid, more widespread batch of snow as it moves east. It's something that's kind of developing as it's passing by, essentially. Near 40 on Monday, 47 on Tuesday, and then we're likely going to be back near 50 on Wednesday. But what you can see are a bunch of rain chances. We're not talking all-day rain every single day, but several opportunities for it and a lot of clouds. Sunshine might be at a premium tomorrow. It's going to be tough to dry out from any moisture that does fall. And even though we do have a gradual warming trend, I didn't get overly aggressive with any of the forecasting for late next week, just given all the cloud cover that look like is in the area. So let me show you what things look like on models here as far as total rainfall goes. This is a look at one model here that tends to take most of the snow down to our south. So that's what this moisture is here. This encompasses all rain, all snow, and just calls it overall total moisture. But we add on everything over the next several days, and basically I ran this through the entire 10-day forecast, and look at that heavier swath that tries to roll through. We kind of catch the north edge of it on this model, but potential for some widespread heavy rain, could even have some thunderstorm activity. Don't be surprised if there's severe potential, maybe to the south as well, by middle of next week. And you can see different model, kind of the same story there with some heavier total southeast, lighter northwest, but at least getting some widespread rain in the area that we really, really need. So hopefully that can start off March on a good note and erase some of the deficit that we've built over the course of this winter when it's been so dry. You look at the overall outlook for precipitation even beyond that into the middle of the month, we're talking some pretty dry conditions off to the west, but a lot of possibilities for moisture in the middle and eastern part of the country, and that'll likely lead to a warmer and wetter outlook. I still think you could get snow on the backside of one of these systems moving through, maybe some overnight snow. Timing's going to be a big thing, and temperatures that fall off from a warm day into a cold night obviously could change things over to some snow. So there's a lot to watch, but overall leaning towards at least better moisture potential through the first half of March, which would be welcomed and get the yards and everything started off well, get the ground saturated and soaked up a little bit for farmers as they start to think about planting. But this is a look at Sunday. Snowfall potential there. Gives you an idea of what we're dealing with as far as that goes. Better odds to the south and southeast of some heavier snow. Might add a heavier stripe in there somewhere, but we'll see what that turns into over the next several days. We'll have updates tomorrow, obviously, and then heading into Sunday afternoon as this thing starts to develop and move in. But I'd say more snow showers to start with on the western side of this map, and it would be a little more organized batch of snow that's more widespread on the eastern side of the map. So let me see here. So I'll leave you with the First Alert 6 weather day and the view that shows us how nice it's going to be. Again, watch that Saturday temperature. That could trend up a little bit. You know, one model that's trying to bump those numbers up a little bit. It could be something that goes a little higher over the course of the next few days.